How many lives has the Salvation Army touched? And why do they do this? Well, they do it because this is what Jesus said that we do. And, Jesus came to help the poor, the downtrodden, the sick, those that couldn't take care of themselves. And you know what? That's what the Salvation Army does. And I have always been in awe and respect. I've had respect for the Salvation Army for what they do. Jesus only gave two. We talk about the 10 Commandments. He only gave 2 commandments. He didn't give 10. He gave 2. He said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and then to love your neighbor as yourself. That was the second one. That's what y'all do. And y'all love your neighbor, and you take care of your neighbor. You take care of those that can't take care of themselves. You know what? What God gives to us, we're supposed to share, because we sure can't take it with us. Somebody else will be taking it. But what we can do here on earth is we can share with those who cannot take care of themselves. And, even as a government, there are people out there every day that government has a role in their life. There are people out there right now that do not have health care, that we need to provide health care for them. There are people out there that don't have jobs that we need to try to educate and take care of so that they can get a job and do the things that they can do to support themselves and to support their families. So government has a role, but we as individuals have a greater role than even government. And that role is to, when we see a need, we don't have to make a big spectacle of it. We just need to take care of those needs that we see where we can. It's just like tithing. You can't tithe what you don't have. But if you have been blessed by the Lord, that you ought to give. And that's what is expected of us. And that's what the Salvation Army does. And the bell ringers, I want to thank the volunteers that spend their time out in front of our shopping malls and in front of stores. And it just gives you a good feeling to hear the bells ring. Because, it's a time that we recognize that Jesus came to this earth for a reason, and that was for you and me. And so that's what these bells represent. They don't represent just a kettle. They don't represent money. They represent Jesus. And you know what? That's what Christmas is all about. And when we forget that Christmas means Jesus, then you know what? We've missed the point. And that's what the Salvation Army has always made sure that we remember that. Well, that wasn't 50,000, but it was